Why do we use salt? Is sea salt healthy for you? Well, we use salt to make bland food taste nice, right? The word celery even it comes from the word salt. And in ancient times, salt was valued. Historically, it was also used as a method of trade and currency. Even the word salad comes from salt. But do we really need salt? Is sea salt exterminating our lives? Let us watch the following video briefly. Yes, we have seen how salt is extracted. If we eat too much salt, the extra water stored in our bodies raises our blood pressure. You can see here that brain are sensitized sympathetic neurons, and the heart increases left ventricular hypertrophy, and the kidneys decrease glomerular filtration rate and increase protein excretion, and blood vessels are impaired, endothelial function is impaired, nitrous oxide is not delivered properly. And this is the effect of salt and high salt in our quantity. So the more salt you eat, the higher your blood pressure. The higher your blood pressure, the greater the strain on your heart, arteries, kidneys, and brain, as we have seen. This can lead to heart attacks, strokes, dementia, and kidney diseases. What can we do? Why is salt like that? Modern salt is worse. Is salt good or bad for you? Does salt make you gain weight? Now, do you know that Asian Bantus, specifically in Southern Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa, had no tradition of preserving meat with salt? Salt was used in medicine and as a preservative, but rarely was it used for seasoning. Is this a correct perception? Our ancestors may have been aware not only of salt's preservation abilities, but also that in excess it was not good for your health. They may have worked and found other seasoning agents like ashes, which we are going to discuss briefly, as good sources to season their foods. This is from Denbo, 1986, a scholar. Ancient use of salt was limited. Salt content of the plants was higher than it is today, and ashes were used from these shrubs had high concentration of sodium and other minerals. It is clear from what we have already shown that modern salt is really poisonous, specifically sea salt, as we have seen in that brief video. We know that table salt, rock salt, pickling salt, even Himalaya salt, soy salt, all contains high levels of sodium. Although sodium is essential to human health, we have a tendency to put too much. We have been habitualized through marketing, through salesmanship, and through our bars, our taste buds, to put too much. Very few are clearly aware that too much of sodium is poisonous. Sodium poisoning causes seizures, coma, and death. And excessive intake of sodium, as we have, leads to bloating, water retention, weight gain, high blood pressure, headaches, stomach cancer, stroke, and kidney stones. There are alternatives one can use in place of salt. These are plants that contain high chloride levels. We know plants have already dealt with that sodium. It's not an inorganic mineral now. It's an organic type of mineral that we need. So you look at tomatoes, they are good for your health. Their nutritional value has about 6 grams of sodium. So don't add more salt to your soup if you are making a soup using tomatoes. We know that leafy vegetables such as lettuce have enough salt in them already. So when you make a salad, don't add salt, because when you say salad, you are saying salt from vegetable and herbs. Olives, they are used to extract olive oil, but they have got high levels of sodium chloride. Seaweeds like kelp, dills, which are seawater dwelling marine plants or algae, have high amount of salt. Rye is a grain, a grass related to wheat and barley family. Rye is used to prepare alcoholic beverages like whiskey, beer, and vodka. In addition, rye flour is used to make rye bread. Don't put too much salt. Don't add too much. From this website, www.dietandfitnesstoday.com, you can see that lettuce, a red leaf, when eaten raw per 100 grams, they have got these minerals, vital, critical minerals. See, grams, 2%, sodium, 2%, potassium, calories, protein, no fat, and carbohydrates. So these are good for your health. So you can use this. When you use this, you don't put salt. Here is the solution that we can propose, that we should adopt. We should drink clean water with no chlorine. Where chlorine has been extracted, it's a lot. There is a lot. You can use filters. You can use. You can buy such kind of water. So you should drink this pure water, which has less minerals. You can also eat evergreen foliages, fruits that are always green throughout the year, because their photosynthesis and their ability to remove poisons is high. You can also eat fruits, but you should boil some of the fruits to get rid of the polish that they use. You should also remove the color. Don't eat the skin. You must make sure unless if it is your own plant, and all the fruits that you eat must have seeds. Not like that. Not like this. They must have seeds inside them. A fruit that has no seed, it means it is not good for you. It should have seeds. Here are some of the plants that you can use in place of for salt. These are potassium-rich fruits. You can find this from Dr. X. So, like ginger, like greens, like potatoes, sweet potatoes, and all these other fruits, and also avocado. The seed of the avocado, you can grate it and use it. These are all healthy. So what we have been told and what is known from all over the world is that sodium is an essential mineral which performs in conjunction with potassium, as we have already indicated, various functions in the body, such as regulating the transport of certain nutrients and molecules in and out of body cells, and maintaining stable balance of fluid between cells. Now, sodium also plays a role in the conduction of nerves and impulses and muscle contraction, but there are other minerals that play the same role, like potassium and magnesium, which are also found in certain plants. A significant amount of research has been conducted on salt craving, the innate need for sodium. Listen to this now. It has been suggested that this craving stems from the transition of our ancestors from the sea onto land. We do not buy into that. It is a learned habit. It is not a natural habit. Yet salt is essential. Yes, not only sodium, but various mineral or trace minerals. Now, apparently, our ancestors needed to top up ionic sodium. Fast forward to 20th century, we need to cut our intake. Why? There is a contradiction. Because we have habituated towards too much of it. Our ancestors in ancient Africa were the first to learn to salt fish and others, rarely did they use salt, too much of it, but they dried it using various ashes, various smoke, because we used wood, various wood and various smoke and various ashes. We can see them here in ancient Egypt, using it in religious atmosphere. Yes, that's where it is used. Now, what is natron? Natron is a natural salt composed of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate with the traces of sodium chloride and sodium sulfate with the traces of that. So natron has no much salt in it. It was used by the ancient Africans to dry out bodies. That's what we have just indicated. Ancient Africans discovered a type of salt in dried riverbed and also in ant hills and various other places where animals would go and lick, and our ancestors would know that there is salt there, and they would boil that and they make natural salt from the ground. They named the salt Negeri, or as commonly termed now natron, and referred to it as the divine salt. It was also used and is used to cast off evil spells or evil demons. If you feel like your life is not all right, you can wash your body, you can have a bath with this salt, just like what they are doing here. In conclusion, let us see that here salt, there's no food that is delicious without a pinch of salt. Yes. Did you ever wonder from where salt are called chow in ancient Egypt and Ethiopia, which is still used today, come from? You can see here, if you look closely at these people, these Africans, they are extracting salt and mining salt in Ethiopia's Danakil desert. Let's look at it, certain hieroglyphic symbols. If you look closely at the tools they are using, which is this one, to cut the slabs of salt, you might remember the tools from ancient Egypt. And this tool is called netzele, which means to detach, which means to cut off and to separate salt granules. And you see, this word netzele is actually associated with netta, and the netta is divine force, straightforward. So chow is raw salt, it's divine salt. It's used among not a lot. Now here is what you have to do and what you can do now. Trace this and find it in hieroglyphics, and also learn the methods which they used to manufacture salt, and we can use them today. We have enumerated some of them, and we have also indicated that there are trees and bushes that can be used, that can be bent, and the ashes used for salt. In conclusion, therefore, it is clear that we have been induced to love and to eat a lot of salt, and salt is found in almost all the foods that are used today. That modern salt manufacturing is not safe due to plastic or microplastics found in salt, and plastics is not healthy. Our Bantu ancestors in Africa knew how much of salt to consume. They were also limited by the nature of salt and by the availability of other alternatives. Let us grasp the ancient alternative of salting our foods and avoid the calamities of modern salt that we have already indicated. Thank you very much. This is Priest Teacher Rabbi Elem Tumizulu of Committee Hebrew Ethics. Subscribe to our channel, and these are our contact details, or our website, and also our email. Let us discuss these issues and come to a smart, intelligent, brilliant conclusion of how much salt we should use or how much less we should use, and go into a program, in other words, of stopping using salt. Thank you. Goodbye.